Hi, how are you? What's going on, guys? Just doing another little Patreon video and kind of reaching out to everybody and just, showing what's going on and everything else. Comics, man. No, actually, everything's really awesome. I'm just super tired. I'm working on various things right now. I just finished doing some inking on a new page, and I gotta do more inking. I gotta work out a couple of things on it before I go. Just took my little break. Always when I close the shop at 9, take a small break. I go play Overwatch for like an hour. I'm thinking of doing like a Switch thing and just putting that out. A Twitch. Did I say Switch? That's how fucking brain haggled I am. I'm gonna do a video today, no matter what. That's one thing I said to myself. I'm like, do a video today, no matter what. Try to get that done, just so you can keep on the ball. I have a little reminder on my phone. I try to do one at least a month, to put out, and I end up this is for Patreon, but I end up posting it everywhere just so that kind of people know what's up. People ask me questions, and I just get a bunch of freaking texts and messages, and I think sometimes the best thing is just boom, just put it out there as a video, and I can always say, hey, just go to that, but yeah, comic shop's doing really well. Things have been on the uptick. I mean, it's not insanely great. I'm not saying like woohoo, let's rock out with our cock out, but overall it's very hopeful. I think we're really finding ourselves on the spot and everything else. And I guess that's the helicopter flying over. I don't know. There in front of the shop, as you can see all the comics behind me, my computer, one of my monitors, my laptop's over here, comics and stuff, and inking supplies and everything else in my face. And yeah, we're just, it's been going better. We've been doing claim sales. Those have been awesome. Just doing a little bit more, just pushing to get issues out, back issues out, and everything else. Pricing and getting buyers in. It's been really cool. So that's been really hopeful. Planning new stuff for Creature for the next year, for 2021. I mean, part of it is we're kind of like, all right, like the next step is, okay, are we, gonna hit the cons again? How are we gonna hit the cons again? What do we need to do to hit the cons again? And then also make and develop as much stuff as we can for those said cons. So we're gonna figure that out. I think that's a big thing. And then from there, it's just me drawing, and a lot of it's just finishing stuff. I have a new issue of Rez done. I have those 3 issues of Tommy done. Need to finish the 10th issue of Zombie Years, so it's kind of like a solid 5 issues put in. Zombie Years I need to start putting up on Webtoons again. I just been wanting to prep the files. I've been going through and re-editing and just making sure. Originally going to try to format it for Webtoons, but it just doesn't work. I think you have to, if you make a comic for Webtoons, it's for Webtoons, and maybe you can engineer that into a comic book page, but you can't go backwards and take a comic book page and really engineer it for Webtoons without like redrawing it, redoing it. That's the thing. Or like heavily redoing it, or like whole panels will have to be gone away. I'm planning to put Vigil on Patreon, and as like a Patreon only thing, the complete run, which is I think about 300 episodes or 300 pages per se, roundabout. I'm just trying to make sure I find high-res files to work from, since I was doing that in 04 to 08 or even earlier, 2001 to 2007. So we were working with really small files back then, and so the quality wasn't that great. So now I can put like bigger, better pages online. So I want to find the original PSDs, and then I want to like kind of edit. I mean, just because, dude, at that time I had no real copywriter like helping me. I did have an editor, but he was just kind of like the other page, it wasn't really a thing. So I'm gonna do that. What else is there? So I want to do those things, and then I'm just trying to figure out the new website that I definitely want to finish for this year. And the website's going to be like a mega website. And what I'm planning to do, and this is pertinent to all you to the patrons and everything, is I think I'm going to slap everything into one place, and we're going to start working out of the Goblin's Heist page, because that's where I'm spending most of my time and where I'm having to concentrate. So what I'm going to try to do is concentrate our efforts into it, so that creature, FWACATA, and everything else kind of funnels through there. It doesn't mean anything's going to end or anything. If anything, it's going to have more activity. But like that, it all serves the comic shop, since the comic shop is serving so much that. It's housing creature, housing my ass and my work, housing the studios, and helping everything that's involved. And because of that, I feel like if we concentrate on that, I can bring back the podcast, I can start working on other stuff, I can start really utilizing this place towards it. I think it's funny because, like, one may argue that I should have come to that conclusion a while ago. But the problem with a lot of it is that I had other heads involved that had to make the decisions, and I thought those could take the reins, and they didn't. I don't think it was because of lack of skill or lack of ability. I think it's just by choice. I think people are nervous to take a leadership role in certain shit. So because of that, I said, okay, fuck it. Now that it's just me and John on the day-to-day on all fronts, I might as well do it that way. And then I'm gonna try to take the advice that I heard Bill Gates get and apply it to myself. And it's funny because I've given that advice to other people. I am gonna start trying to lead and relay things to other people and see what that happens. So I'm gonna fuck with that. I'm even thinking of taking on maybe an intern, maybe, I don't know. But it just depends, because I need to have my day-to-day regular, and that's gonna be a weird thing. So I don't know if I have a regular day-to-day. There's just so many priorities. Because luckily on my illustration front, on the painting and the freelance, I've gotten a lot of work. I'm really fucking busy. So I know I have to get that done, and I have to keep that up. I don't want that, die the wayside. This next year is going to be a kind of a make or break year for Goblin's Heist, for Creature, for everything else. I'm always going to do what I'm going to do, but I think it's the culmination of the effort to make this a real machine that can keep going forward, that it is stable. I think that's the biggest thing right now. I always remind myself of like Mad Max, and like when they're on the semis, like they have like 3 or 4 engines and they're all running, and the guy's running around fixing the truck while it's moving. Like they never stop the semi truck from doing things to get things done. And I think that's where I'm at with what I'm doing. I have to get used to that. There's a real possibility of comedy coming back, so I want to start doing that again. And yeah, man, it's just little things. It's like little bam things. But I wanted to check with you guys. So mostly what I want to do is, like, again, Patreon's gonna have more visual on there. I'm gonna probably put some other stuff. I might even start putting the Zombie Years pages on there, even though they're already available on what's it called, Webtoons. I may start I'm going to post all the pages that I have on there already on there behind the paywall. And then on top of that, then the new stuff is going to be behind the paywall sooner than it's going to be on Webtoons. So like if you want to read it before it comes out there, then go there. I think that's the best bet. Other than that, those are 2 comic book projects. And then maybe I might put the first issue of Tommy. I was just thinking of just ways of making the Patreon better for you guys, and then you can dig it. We have the sticker thing. It's going out to some people now. We have a couple other things I want to work on, and a couple other things. It's just working on those new things is such a bitch because it just adds so much going on. It's so hard. And like today, I had a lockdown to even do this video. So, and then have sanity. You know, like I said, you know, I close up at 9. I clean up. I count the money. Everything's cool. I take like an hour, fucking play some Overwatch, shoot some people in the face. And after that, I just come back and I start drawing and working again. And I start inking, and I go until 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I go home and do it again the next day, you know? And I knew I had to do it today because tomorrow's going to be busy because it's going to be Tuesday. So DC Comics comes in, Diamond Comics comes in. So, you know, it's just one thing after another. And I can be happier. I say this just so you understand, but it's such a good time in my life. I think this is the best thing ever. It's so good because I'm just doing all the things, you know, all the things I want. I just can't wait to get back on stage. That's like my one thing I want to get back to, and doing the comedy and setting up the podcast. I really don't want to do the podcast anymore by myself. I really rather have somebody else on it, even if it's a guest, even if it's just me talking shit with friends. So that's something I'm going to see about doing for the future and getting that together. What else? And that's it. But I wanted to check with you guys. I think I ranted enough for almost 12 minutes now and got something for you. And hopefully you enjoyed it and you found this, you know, entertaining and informative. And I will check with you guys in another month and put something together, see how far I have gotten with it. And yeah, and hopefully I'll be posting this tonight. So thank you guys and have a good one. I'm almost afraid. Oof.